eyebrows up, eyes wide open, look younger, only one chin, that's the way. G'day, Coach Count here with another session with Coach Count, the coach you can count on when you can't count. So you're probably getting used to selling stuff. You've probably sold like your car, your possessions, and maybe your dignity, I don't know. Lots of things in the process of learning how to sell things to get people to really buy into your services of whatever it is you're servicing. But no need to go through all that. No need to sell all your stuff when you can actually get famous people to help you. When I say get famous people to help you, all you need to do is just quote them. So one of my favourites is Richard Branson. He comes up with lots of stuff about, I forget now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Just quote famous people, like in the famous words of Anthony Robbins, he starts quite a few of his quotes with the. So if you just use the word the, people will think you're Anthony Robbins. Because that's the other thing about quoting famous people is people will get you mixed up with the famous person you're quoting. So if you're going to quote Richard Branson, people are going to think that you're Richard Branson. So easy enough mistake, but all of a sudden they think they're dealing with someone famous and it makes you so much more credible. So just go crazy, use quotes from all over the place, from famous people, Richard Branson, all those network marketing people. I can't remember the names. Doesn't matter, just use their quotes because they're the famous people. People will think you're famous because you're quoting them. And if they don't think that, they'll at least think you're smart because you know how to read. So just keep quoting smart people, as Tim the Toolman Taylor once said, more power. Great quote. Love using that one because it gives me more power and people think that I'm Tim the Toolman Taylor and it makes it all the more famous. But one of my favourite people to quote of all time is Anonymous. I don't even know whether it's a he or a she, but quotes all over the internet. So what's some of the things here? I actually wrote some down a little bit earlier on. Doing nothing is really hard. The hardest thing about it is when do you know that you're finished and it's time to stop? Good question. I'm multitasking. I can listen, ignore and forget all at the same time. Anonymous. So this anonymous person, absolutely delighted in all the quotes. So get onto Anonymous, start following them and use some of the quotes. Oh, got to show you, I've done a flow chart as well, as Coach Count does. Flow charts all the time. So here's a little flow chart for Coach Count, the coach you can count on when you can't count. So just grab a quote. Do you like it? Yep, great. Is it going to confuse people? Yep, great. Go ahead and use it. If not, go back and get another quote. So it's like the normal quoting stuff. So, you get 3 quotes for things, usually a cheap one, a medium one, and an expensive one. Go for the medium one. When you're doing these types of quotes, it doesn't matter. Just use them willy-nilly anywhere. It doesn't even have to make sense. As long as you're confusing the person that you're dealing with, that you're even remotely like the person you're quoting, then it gives you all the credibility in the world. So get out there, quote the famous people, and be so credible. This is Coach Count, the coach you can count on when you can't count.